Guys, this could be the moment of truth. The S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, all of these are pretty much at break even right now. We have the Russell up about 0.4%, and it's currently just 1 p.m., so we do have a couple of hours left in the session. So I want to break down how the markets have done so far today, 3 stocks I'm looking at, plus what I'm looking to do in the markets over these next couple of days. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, check out my Patreon down below, and get your free $50 from M1 Finance down below. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100. We each get $50 free to invest with. So let's talk about it. What the heck is going on? Well, you all know at this point, at least if you've been watching the markets, and especially if you've been watching my YouTube channel here, you know that the markets are crushing it. We have the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell. All of these are pretty much at all-time highs right now, and I've been saying the past couple of videos, at least 2-3 videos, right, that I believe the markets are getting a bit overextended, right? The RSI, the Relative Strength Index on SPY, QQQ, the Russell, the Dow, all of these are on the overbought side, which means, hey, we might see a bit of a pullback. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at this chart and be like, it is a little bit too hot, right? And I'm seeing some writing on the wall right now. Let's take a look at this 5-day, 5-minute. I'm currently noticing on SPY, that is, and we'll take a look at QQQ here in a second. We're seeing a double top here on SPY. We hit 470 on Friday. That was an all-time high. We hit about 470 this morning again, but we didn't hit a new all-time high. And pretty much what I'm noticing here is we're fighting to hold the uptrend, but at the same time, we're seeing a double top, right? And if I pull up this 20-day chart, you guys can see that, right? We're riding the uptrend, but we're also noticing a double top. So at this point in time, what's going to happen? Well, we have to wait and see what happens. If we break this uptrend, the 50 SMA on this hourly chart, right, and we start going down to 460, that means the double top is a bearish sign, essentially, right? It's a double top followed by a sell-off, which could be what happens again if we do end up breaking under, let's say, 467. But if we end up ripping out of the double top and essentially take out 470 and we go to 471, this could just lead to a further breakout. So at this point, we just have to wait and see what goes on or what's going to happen. And you can see on the 5-day, 5-minute, we're also noticing double top, yes, but this could also classify as a wedge. So do we break 470? Do we break under 468, which would be the double top, breakdown? We just have to wait and see. But at this point, this could be the start, potentially, of a little bit of a sell-off, but it's just way too early to classify it as that, at least as of now, right? And QQQ, same thing. Let's pop up the 5-day, 5-minute. We're not so much seeing a double top here, but we are noticing, if I quickly clear the drawing set, we are noticing a bit of a wedge, right? Lower highs, higher lows at the same time. So we have to wait and see direction. Do we break out of the wedge? Do we fall under the wedge, start selling off towards 390, maybe even lower? And I mentioned this on my Patreon video this morning, and I'll draw it out for you guys here on YouTube. By the way, you can check out the Patreon. Like I said, that's linked down below. I'm noticing an inverse head and shoulder here. The left shoulder head, right shoulder. And as of now, we're holding the neckline at about 397. So as long as we hold the neckline, the bulls are in charge. But the second we break the neckline, we take the lows out from 396 or at 396, which I believe those were on Friday, those lows, and we start going mid-low 390s, that inverse head and shoulders out the window, and the bears are going to gain steam from there. So that's a quick little rundown of what I'm seeing right now in the middle of the day, essentially, on the market. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure to smash the like button if you guys are finding value thus far in this video. Now, let's go over some stocks that are ripping, some that aren't ripping. I mean, they're actually a bit suppressed. Well, one of them still is. The other one has been seeing a rip, but now it's pulling back a bit. Let's go over number one, AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. We got a lot of news coming out of AMD today. Meta, which is Facebook. Now their new name is Meta. I think it's called, let's pop up Facebook quickly. It's called Meta Platforms, Inc., officially, guys, which we'll talk about Facebook here in a second. Going back to AMD, Meta will use AMD EPYC processors in its data center computers, the two companies said Monday at an event. And AMD also unveiled a new version of that chip with extra memory, which Microsoft will use in an offering from its Azure Cloud Computing service. The chip maker also showed off a new graphics chip for AI workloads and gave hints about its next generation of processors coming in 2022. The addition of Meta, the world's largest social media company, which is now looking to get into the metaverse in the next decade, to AMD's customer list, Meta adding AMD to the customer list means it now supplies all of the top operators of the giant computing networks that run the internet. Winning those major spenders was part of CEO Lisa Su's plan to resurrect AMD and have it reach market share levels it had only briefly flirted with amid the years of struggling to keep up with Intel, which you guys remember years ago. AMD was a penny stock. Just about 6-7 years ago, it was $1. Now it's just hit a record high today of $153. So look at this. This chart is way overextended. And full disclosure, guys, I haven't told anybody this because I didn't officially make the move, but I was looking at shorting AMD earlier today, which I really never short stocks, but I was looking at this chart and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to make money in the short term shorting this, especially if the markets pull back a bit. The chart comes down to about 120, and I was looking to short it at about 142. And that is right before this news came out. Thank God I didn't pull the trigger on that because it went from 142 to 153. Now it's still at 151. So I'm not going to short it today necessarily. I might consider it, but then again, with stocks like AMD, Nvidia, they're very hot. Tesla, these are difficult stocks to short, and I wasn't planning on shorting it for months on months to come. I was just looking to, short it for it to cool off a bit, then cover the short, and then maybe go long from there. But at this point, it's ripping. Be careful. It's very overbought, and there's a lot of positive catalysts around it. And who knows? I might still short it. What do you guys think? Would you short it? Let me know in the comments your honest opinions. Now, let's talk about the second stock here, which is Nike. This one has been ripping as well. It hit a high of about 175 back in the beginning of August. It pulled back to about 146, so it saw about a 17% haircut from August to about the beginning of October after they reported those earnings, and it's been a rip rally ever since then. Rip your face type of rally. And we actually called that out. I mean, if you guys were watching my channel, which is why you have to subscribe, it's free. Turn on that notification bell. I post videos every day, sometimes 2 a day. Pretty much every day I'm making at least 2 videos. We called this out as it was holding the 3-year 50 SMA at about $145 a couple weeks ago. And since then, it's ripped to all-time highs. It's ran up about $35 per share, and at this point in time, we're pulling back again. We hit 180 almost. Now we're at about 172, and it looks like buyers are stepping in around this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So this could end up being a dip buy on Nike, and if you guys look at the chart, the past month, it's been riding this moving average. So this time might not be any different. So watch out for Nike. And the last one today, guys, before I wrap up the video, is Meta, Facebook, which we alluded to earlier in this video. So Meta, which just recently changed their name, and I think that's going into effect at some point in terms of the ticker symbol change. That's going into effect in December. Meta, it looks like it's finally reversing. It had a point of time of selling from 384 down to about 310. It got into a quick bear market, pretty much almost a bear market, 19% in the red. And now it's been breaking out of the moving averages, both the 50 and the 180 SMA. And I think if 350 breaks, 345 even, which was the high from the end of October. And if we break out of the double bottom support rather, which is now resistance at about 350, hence why I have my alert at 350. If we start breaking out of there, guys, I think Meta or Facebook, whatever the heck you want to call it, I'm going to have to get used to calling it Meta. It's going to take some time, but I think if we break 350, this could be a breakout play. 370, 380. Granted, if the markets collapse in general, then this goes out the window. But as long as the markets are doing what they're doing, Facebook, Meta, again, whatever you want to call it, I think it is going to end up catching up to the other big tech names, which have been rallying like crazy as this one has been suppressed. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure you smash the like button as well and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you guys want to work with me a bit more one-on-one, check out the Patreon. I post all my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos. You have more direct access to me throughout the day. All of that's linked down below. Or you guys can go to StassurFest.com/Patreon. Either or, you're going to be able to sign up there if you want to. And you could also get $50 free from M1 Finance, M2 stocks, up to $1,600 from Webull. All of those are linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out.